the Viceroy, Mike Davis, tells me, since it doesn't actually say consecutive, that, I don't know, maybe we do it again in 28. Are you guys down for that? Trump 28? Come on, man.
I'm getting the feeling that all they care about is campaigning and chants and slogans and football game types of atmosphere, because I'm not seeing much policy coming forward that's going to help these people that are shouting and screaming. This is at the Young Republicans Club Gala, where Trump 28 gets thrown out, and then Steve Bannon keeps fresh out of jail. Steve Bannon gives this next declaration. Maybe Donald Trump can do it forever. And despite what many of these MAGA folks will actually want to see happen, of course, the Viceroy, they called it a crazy idea after all. Davis, who has become a fierce presence in right-wing media and a Trump-aligned advisor on legal issues and judicial selection, sat and listened as Bannon name-dropped him in that declaration. But he did suggest to Bannon that Trump could run a third time. Of course not. Davis later told a reporter, that's crazy. It's mostly crazy because in the 22nd Amendment, you can't do that. But they think there's a loophole they can pull off, or they think they can just keep generating this kind of energy, Maz, from these supporters who have no idea how the country works. What are your thoughts?
Well, he said it himself in the campaign. He said, if you vote for me, you'll never have to vote again. And then he said, no, I meant that there won't be any other problems in this country. I'll solve all the problems. The unfortunate thing is that they have done a good job of convincing a big part of the population that they are caring for them. And if the stock market does better and if companies do better, you will do better because somehow that will trickle down to you. And that's not the case. We've seen the disparity of wealth get more and more and more. With more deregulation, it becomes more and more and more. And here they are, a guy like Bannon is excited because his stocks are up, he's able to go and fleece people again. I mean, he took the money to build the wall and went and bought himself a boat or whatever he bought, and then he got pardoned. So things look good for Bannon. And the truth is, Bannon is another guy who's a bitter, failed producer. He was a movie producer and it didn't work out, and so he got bitter. He was a Goldman Sachs guy. He got bitter to those people that did not accept him, and he turned around and created this world of anti-establishment, which, once again, listen, if you're anti-establishment in like a Bernie Sanders way, where you really are a populist or saying, we need to go and build from the bottom up and the middle out, that's one thing. But these people are not that. These people are very much about just let's let the tech bros run wild and we'll just go along for the ride and it's going to be good for you. Don't worry about it. And to your point, Jayar, they don't have any actual solutions. It's easy to complain. I could run on complaining and I could say, there's potholes in the streets and the garbage isn't picked up on time and there's too much traffic. And of course, everyone's going to say, you're right. You're so right. But the problem is, what am I going to do about it? And when asked what they're going to do about this stuff, you saw in the debate, Trump said, well, I have concepts of a plan for healthcare.
Or he says it'll happen fast. Or
it'll happen fast.
When I was there, it didn't happen. Those aren't answers, not solutions. Those aren't plans. He doesn't have them. So yeah, I mean, again, I know we have to go through this whole process of identifying and analyzing what's going to happen and what we see in the reading the tea leaves, but it's kind of nothing they're giving us at this point. Same stuff we saw during the campaign. Again, dude's not even been sworn in yet. So we'll see. He has plenty of chance to do a 180 that I'm positive he's not gonna do. But there was one more moment from this Young Republicans Gala event that was unrelated. But I mean, this guy definitely isn't gonna be running for re-election or one election. Watch this.
Oh no, I'm forgetting my words. But shame impeachment.
Down goes Frazier. It's actually Alex Bruesewitz, who was a former Trump campaign advisor. He was there introducing someone else to come out and speak at this same event where Trump's going to apparently get a third, fourth, and fifth term, but he didn't make it through. There was an outpouring of support from some folks, and much mocking from others. He recovered. He apparently is fine. There was speculation that he was on something, he was drinking something. I don't know any of those things, but he did come back and say this because, it was a kind event. He said, we're back. What a surreal experience. Maybe I took my Joe Biden impression a little too far. But all kidding aside, I want to express my deepest gratitude to the exceptional medical team at New York Presbyterian Hospital, the EMTs, the normal things you could say. Secondly, thank you for all the patriots at the NYYRC gala who swiftly came to my aid. And thanks to Andy Ogles, who's also a piece of garbage, for coming to my side until the medics took me to the ER. So he's back, he's fine. He just fell over. I'm not sure if he tumbled all the way off of stage, but it was quite the dramatic event. I'll let you give your last thoughts before we jump off of this story.
Well, I'd heard about it. I hadn't seen the footage, and it's shocking.
I was watching your response. I was waiting for it.
That was shocking footage, and you feel for the guy. I mean, listen, I don't care who you are. Something like that happens, I'm gonna feel for you. I'm a sympathetic and empathetic person, and so I honestly I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he's okay. But then when you read his tweet and where he said that Joe Biden, I took my Joe Biden impression too far, and then thanks to the Patriots, I was like, the guy? It's these people don't have. Listen, Jayar, they don't have a wake up moment. It's kind of like what happened when that guy tried to shoot Trump, and they were saying, oh, maybe he'll come back and say, oh, we need to bring the world together. I've had my light bulb moment. I've had my come to Jesus moment. They don't have those moments. They come back and they remain to be the same jerks they were before the thing that happened to them. And so Absolutely. This guy is the same. I'm happy he's okay, but I'm also bummed out that he didn't, come back with a little more sympathy and empathy, to throw in the word patriots and I bet you a lot of those nurses and doctors that saved him were people of color or people that were from the left who just took care of him because he's a patient. They didn't care if you're a patriot or a this or a that. So it's like, come on, dude. Just
the divisions are everywhere. Just don't lock those knees next time, Alex, if it wasn't something else.